Once upon a time, there was a young woman named Sara who lived a very unhappy life. She was always complaining about her job, her apartment, her friends, and her relationships. Sara didn't realize that her negative attitude was the root cause of her problems, and instead of being grateful for what she had, she focused on what she lacked. One day, Sara had a car accident that left her paralyzed from the waist down. She was devastated and felt like her life was over. However, after spending some time in the hospital, she realized that she had been taking everything for granted and decided to adopt an attitude of gratitude. Sara started by being grateful for the small things, like the kindness of the nurses, the support of her family, and the beauty of the flowers in the hospital garden. As she practiced gratitude more and more, she began to feel more positive and hopeful, even though her physical condition hadn't changed. Eventually, Sara was discharged from the hospital and moved back to her apartment. She was still in a wheelchair, but now she looked at the world with a new perspective. She started to notice the beauty in everything, from the sunsets to the smiles of strangers. She was grateful for the things she had, like her loving family, her supportive friends, and her job that allowed her to work from home. One day, while Sara was on a walk in her neighborhood, she saw a little boy struggling to carry his groceries. She approached him and asked if he needed help. The boy was surprised but grateful and accepted her offer. As they walked together, they started chatting, and Sara learned that the boy's name was Jack, and he lived with his mom, who was a single parent. Sara realized that she had so much to be grateful for, and she wanted to help others who were less fortunate. She started volunteering at a local food bank and spent her weekends helping the less fortunate in her community. She also started a blog where she shared her journey towards gratitude and inspired others to do the same. Through her volunteering and writing, Sara started to realize that her accident had given her a new purpose in life. She was no longer chasing after material possessions and was instead focused on helping others and making a difference in the world. She realized that her accident had been a blessing in disguise, and she was grateful for the new perspective it had given her. Sara's story spread through her blog and social media, inspiring others to adopt an attitude of gratitude. She received messages from people all over the world, thanking her for sharing her story and inspiring them to make positive changes in their lives. Sara's accident had taken away her ability to walk, but it had given her so much more. It had given her a new outlook on life, a sense of purpose, and a grateful heart. Sara learned that gratitude was not just about being thankful for the good things in life, but it was about finding the good in every situation, no matter how difficult it may seem. As Sara sat in her wheelchair, looking out at the world with a newfound sense of gratitude and purpose, she realized that her accident had been the best thing that had ever happened to her. It had given her a new lease on life, and she was grateful for every moment of it.